I was very sensitive to sensory things.
Are you autistic?
I have 2 children that are autistic, and I've worked with children with autistic for 20 plus years. I want to be the voice for kids. It's just a unique way of being human. My name is Dr. Elizabeth Joy Shaffer.
My name is Kyrylo. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
That's a big question. I currently live in Belgium, but like you, I've lived in many places. So I'm originally from the United States.
Where do you work?
Around the world, because it's a big place and lots of opportunities to do good things in the world. So I work globally.
Okay. What did you choose this work?
So when I first entered school and went to kindergarten, I was very sensitive to sensory things.
Okay.
So I actually repeated kindergarten because it was really hard for me to be in with the other kids. And I spent the year doing puzzles because I was more comfortable with a quiet environment.
Are you autistic?
I don't know. I have 2 children that are autistic, and I've worked with children with autistic for 20 plus years, but no one's called me autistic. But I do have some sensory sensitivities, and that is why I think I chose my profession, which is an occupational therapist, because I want to be the voice for kids of how to rethink education models to support the sensory systems in learning. What do you think? Is that a good idea?
Good idea.
Yeah.
What is autism in simple words?
I feel autism is a unique way of interpreting the world.
Okay.
There are ways of seeing, feeling the world that individuals with autism are able to capture, but it can be overwhelming at times, right? Yeah. But yeah, I just think it's just a unique way of being human, processing things.
What is important for adults to understand about children with autism?
I think for adults, it is having an open mind. And when meeting an individual with autism, coming from it in a way that you want to understand how they see and feel the world. And I think that would be one of the most important things adults can do, is be open to the variations and differences individuals with autism see and feel the world, and how can we as adults help them if it's challenging or overwhelming, what we can do to modify the environment or even our interactions. But I think it all comes down to understanding first and that awareness. So being more aware of each individual, because every individual is different, of their sensory preferences, their needs to feel safe and secure. And then how do we help them to harness that security, whether learning, engaging, whatever. But yeah, I feel that awareness.
What do you do to help children like me learn at school?
I shared with you my story. So I understand how sensitive sensory system can influence learning. So I do my best to be a voice for students to help educators and schools understand the differences in sensory processing that can enhance learning, right? And that can negatively impact ability to focus and attend, and how we integrate that into the routine. So everyone's having fun. We're doing things in the classroom to support everyone's brain and body. What do you think? Is that a good idea? Yeah. To be able to focus and attend so everyone has strategies to self-regulate throughout the day. Is that a good idea? Yeah. All right, that's what I'm doing to help individuals with autism.
What helps children with autism feel safe and calm at school?
I should be asking you this question. So what I would say is, when someone understands them, having one person that understands their needs and is able to co-regulate and help them to feel safe. I do different tools of just deep pressure. So one of the tools that I use for adults and children is putting the hand over the heart and just taking a couple deep breaths and thinking of something that brings you joy, like you're an animal or anything. And sometimes I go like this and I just rub the chest and it just helps to calm. So having these little tools that you can do anytime with another adult or by yourself to just check in with yourself and calm and regulate, that's one of the tools that I use. What do you think? How did that make you feel?
Me too.
Did that make you feel good? Can I show you one more tool to see if that one is? Okay, the other one is this one. So go like this. How did that feel?
Very good.
So this is another one that I use.
Okay,
It helps us decrease stress and just release the stress. Release.
I will be doing.
So those are my two tools to help children and adults feel safe.
How can children learn to control their emotions better?
Well, I think prevent what is causing them to feel highly stressed and have these strong emotions,
Okay.
right? So creating environments that are less triggering, that put the nervous system in a high state of stress and overwhelm. So that's the start, right? And the other is self-awareness. So helping the individuals understand their emotions, how they feel, what is making them feel that way, so they can change either the thoughts, do something physically to release stress, or change whatever the activity is that's causing the emotional stress that's creating the emotional overwhelm.
What can teachers and classmates do when a child is stressed?
Have the self-awareness to see those cues and support the student in identifying what is causing the stress, and then what strategies work for them to help with that stress in the classroom, whether it's rocking, whether it's going in the back of the room, releasing the stress. So the teachers having a toolbox of tools for all students ready to go with the stress. So in the moment, that student is able to pick one of those tools and normalize it in the classroom.
Oh.
So every student, if they feel they're getting stressed, they all can choose from these tools, use the tools, come back and ready to learn. But that's what the teacher can do. Have tools to help students manage, but teach the students how to use them first. What do you think? So the student is driving their learning journey, and so it's not the teacher that's responsible for their self-actually. They have the tools and the knowledge and the self-aware to choose those tools when they need it and use them responsibly so they can feel self-regulated. You think that's a good idea? Okay.
Why do you think inclusive education is good for all children, not only for children with special needs?
Because we all have needs. Neurodiversity, we all have brains, we all have bodies that are doing our best to learn and regulate. So I feel anything that we bring into the classroom, everyone should be included. Now, we all have different needs, but we all have strengths. We all have challenges. So we need to support everyone.
In your opinion, where does autism comes from?
So my opinion is it's a combination of environment and biological. So I think some of us are just wired differently and born with different ways of processing.
Okay.
But environment, what I'm seeing as a therapist working with millions of individuals around the world, many, many families, and raising my own 2 children with autism, there are things that can make it harder for an individual with autism. If there's a lot of environment, if they're not getting a lot of movement early years, if they're not playing and doing things to help the nervous system regulate and feel safe when it's developing, it will also cause autism symptoms. If the nervous system and the brain and body in the early years aren't playing and doing the activities to help it integrate information, then you're going to see signs of autism where it's hard to engage, it's hard to interact. And so it's a combination of our culture, I feel, our lifestyle, biological. Food definitely can impact. Yeah. So it's a menu of a lot of things.
What would you like to say to children with autism and their parents?
Autism is a label, but it should never be limiting.
Oh,
My son, who has autism, ADHD, and dyslexia, I have two. The older one, I had to take him out of school in first grade because he just couldn't, he was overwhelmed, he couldn't do the writing. And he's now graduating with honors at a very, very difficult school. Never give up, understand the needs of the child, but the best connection is love. And so if there was one tip or tool is for the individual with autism to love themselves and for the parent to love the individual for who they are as they are while also helping them where they need to.
okay. Thank you very much. It's very interesting. Thank you.
And it was a pleasure to meet you. And thank you very much for this interview. And I have a feeling you are going to be doing some pretty great things in the world.
And if you want today I have I make a presentation in BETT Arena if you have a time in 1 p.m.
1 p.m. All right. I'm going to check my agenda and I will absolutely be there.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.